Good morning. I'm out here in West Palm again, or Palm Beach County, hiking a trail. It's a wet Wednesday afternoon. It's after 12 now. It's 12:20. I'm going to do the Ibis Trail. It looks like it's about 8.1, 8.2, and I'm playing with my phone a little bit. I brought my gimbal, but because it's raining, I don't want to bring it out because I'm afraid it'll get damaged in the rain. So I decided to use my phone, which I think is a little bit more robust when it comes to water. It started raining. It's been cloudy for the last day or two. It's been raining. Rained really hard the other day. You can see there's some water on the trail, but it's not that much. I thought this was a good idea to come out here and burn some calories and get some miles in. It's let's see, late January. I'd say mid to late January. It's the 23rd, I think it is. Or the 22nd. It's a Wednesday, so it's the 22nd, I think, right? I don't feel like going in the swamp today. It's in the upper 50s right now, I think. So it's a little chilly, and I just didn't really want to go and get wet too much. Although on the side of me there's water. Pretty much sure I'm the only person probably out on the trails today, but you never know. As you can see, it looks like a dirt path, a dirt trail. And so I brought my gimbal. I did remember to bring an SD card on it, but I'm not using it. I can see some prints here. They look like deer on the ground. So everything's wet though. It's been raining, like I said, the last couple of days. There we go, a little better. It's raining, but it's not raining hard. It's more like a drizzle. And I'm getting to use my rain jacket again, so I'm happy for that. We'll see how it goes. I do have a backpack with some supplies, water, food, things like that. The backpack will get wet though. It will soak up water. It's not waterproof. It's probably got some water treatment on it. Well, a little further along, I'm about 3/4 of a mile into the hike already. So far, no wildlife, except for a bird or two. And it's the same kind of path. If you look off to the side though, you see this watery area. So I am worried about, obviously, some animals. I don't know if there's any gators in the area. I'm sure there probably are. Just haven't seen any sign of them or seen any of them, which I'm actually quite happy for. I was looking to not have to deal with them today. The sand's a little soft and it's muddy in some places, but if I kind of walk on the middle, I can stay a little drier, but my feet are starting to get wet from picking up all the rain as I go through the grass or the brush, and of course stepping in puddles. And I just saw a white-tailed deer duck off into the woods right over here. So there is wildlife here. So I've just reached the turnoff where I'm starting to go west. They have this large open area on the left. There was a trail that continues straight and to the right. I thought I was recording. You can see some trails in here. I don't know if that's by a gator or just, deer or hog or what made that little game trail there through the growth. I'm going to continue going down. It's raining a little harder now though, so I am debating about going back because the trail is getting quite muddy here. So I'll see. Oh, there's some deer. You can see those white-tailed deer going across the strand. Well, it's quite wet and rainy here, and the ground is quite muddy. There's obviously been some trucks or tractors coming through here. There's dirt piled up, and I'm kind of sinking in a little bit now. There's much more rain coming. I was glad to see those two deer. I'm on the fence about turning back. I got probably at least another 2 hours of walking if I continue going, and it's not getting any drier. So I may call this one and decide to head back. Well, it's just past 1 o'clock now, and I've gone just over 2 miles, a little past that actually, and I'm continuing walking down the path. It's quite muddy and wet, as you can see from the picture behind me. I keep seeing all these paths on the side. I don't know if they're game trails or slides from gators, but I haven't seen any proof of gators over here. But obviously my brain will not let me believe that they could not be there. So no snakes, nothing. I did see, like I said, those deer, but other than that, nothing. And the trail is quite the same. There were a couple of portions where it was quite a little more solid and dry. It was higher, and it was also made out of crushed shells. So maybe they did some digging and they came across, you know, all these shells from, you know, the past, and they were ground up and they're on the trail. Here it's quite muddy and wet. Okay, a short while back, I kind of left the road and I'm traveling along this path, and obviously there's still trucks and stuff that come out here, but it was just a grass dirt path for a while and not the kind of graded road. So we're going to continue on, and the trail continues straight for about, I guess, another mile or so, and then kind of like there's like a button hook that goes to the end, and then I'll circle back and come this way. So getting my feet wet. A little further along now. It's about 1:15. I've got about 1.5 miles left to reaching the end point of this trail. I'll turn around and backtrack to the beginning of it. The wind's picked up a little bit, not much, just I notice it more. I hear it in the trees above me. And then it's been raining off and on intermittently. Sometimes a little bit heavier, sometimes still back down to this drizzling. Today is definitely a day I'm saying to myself, what am I doing out here? I should be home in a nice dry and warm house. But the next week or two I don't have too many choices or chances to get out and do any walking. This might be my last chance to do a trail or a hike, probably in the next 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. I got some stuff coming up, and I have some projects on the house that I really need to do during the cold weather. I just want to get them done, and I was going to do one of them today or tomorrow, but this rain has been here, so I can't do it because it's an outdoor project. It's wet. I'm definitely, my pants are soaked, my shoes and my socks are all wet as well now. Just what I was afraid of. The trail is flooded here. I'm gonna have to go through this. I'll try to skirt the side a little bit, but I think I'm getting wet either way. Sometimes I wonder why I bother. Ooh, you almost saw me go down. I'm just walking through now. There's no point in doing that. The feet are wet. Okay, I'm squishing along. So I just came out into this large open area, and once again, the trail is very flooded. The rain has started again. It's coming in a little bit heavier now. So I'm gonna keep going though. I'm really considering turning back, but because I got probably 1.5 hours or so to my car from here, I'm pretty much, 3 miles in. So it's not like I can just get to my car real quickly if it starts doing a torrential downpour. Yeah, definitely rethinking this, but whatever. We're already wet. We'll just keep going. The trail looks very flooded over here. This is the trail, obviously over here. I'm gonna have to get very feet wet here. I'd say that's ankle deep. Sometimes I wonder, what the heck am I thinking? That's not too bad. The other one was definitely ankle deep, maybe a little higher, almost to the bottom of my calf. There's one little deep spot there where I stepped in. I don't know about you, but I'm going to continue watching because I want to see how it ends. And I'm out of the water and into the woods. At least it's drier here. I can definitely say I like this part a lot better. It's dry, it's a little bit of grass, just better tread, and more enjoyable for me. I'm almost at the end of the trail, at least on all trails, I guess the turnaround point. And then maybe I'll have a little snack. The rain seems to have subsided a little bit. I'm actually pretty happy with the rain gear that I'm wearing because despite wearing it for obviously quite some time, I'm hiking. I do have less weight on me than I would normally do, and there's no elevation, so I'm obviously not working as hard as I would if I was hiking on a real, technical trail or with elevation change or mountainous area. But I'm not really overheating too much. I do feel a little bit of sweat, obviously along my back where the backpack is, so it is breathing slightly, I guess. I have it open. It's cooler temperatures, but it's not very cold. It's probably in the 60s or so now, maybe upper 50s. You can see it's pretty overgrown here. There's not a lot of use out in this little end section here. Once again, I've come out to this large open area, which it looks like is toward where the end of the trail is. I think we may have to turn back here. You can see a lot of animal tracks here. I'm assuming deer or hog, but I don't want to continue. There's a mudslide here. I'm sinking in a little bit. And you can see, not too bad, some of the areas. No wildlife at all though, except for birds. Oops. I'm gonna push on because it looks like the end of the trail is probably just around this strand of trees. I've come all this way. It would be a shame not to finish, right? Now it's times like this I wish I had my trekking poles, just so I could not slide around a little bit and have something to support myself. There's some trails, some tracks I mean. You can see that looks like raccoon, I think. I can't see what that other one is. I think this is the end of the trail right here. I mean, it does seem to go on a little bit and then it stops. I don't know if it goes to that lake, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to turn around and head back in a minute. Okay, I turned around and walked back. Somehow I got off the trail. I'm following the dirt road, and I guess the trail actually leaves the dirt road at some point. So I'm circling back to see if I can find out where I lost the trail. I assume this was the trail because pretty much I've been following it all along. But it looks like it's back here somewhere. I'm going to look for it. Okay, I think I found where I went wrong. And I'm going to take this a little bit. I'm so close to the end. I just really don't want to not do it. But I would like to turn around and head back. The rain has stopped again, so it's not that bad right now. However, with the tall grass, every time I walk, I'm picking up water. And I'm going to check to see if this is the end of the trail, which could be. Okay, so this is the end of the trail. It's just a little clearing here. There's another trail that goes off here. Another trail that goes off that way. I guess I haven't gone that far. It's overgrown, and I am going to go back this way that I came. And we're halfway done. It is 1:47, and I've done 4.38 miles. A little bit further than the advertised distance because I did start from the street and my car, which there's no parking here. That's another issue, just like the other trail. There's no parking at this trailhead. So what you do is I parked across the street. There's a shopping center. So I'm going to make my way back toward the start. And I'm going to probably have something to eat, but I think I'm going to wait until I pass the big water spots that I came through a little further back. So at least I'm on drier land and then I'll start, maybe have a snack. I think I earned it. So I'm at 4.44 miles. And back through the water again. My feet getting wet, but at least I know what I'm in for a little bit. This is not that bad. It's not that deep. You can see it just comes up over my shoes. So ankle deep. And making my way back. It's better to have more water than less sometimes. It's less slippery because the mud, the water is on top of the mud, and it gives you some traction and you don't slide around as much. Well, I'm at 5.21 miles. It's now 2:03, and I'm gonna go back into the water here. And this is slightly deeper. As you can tell, it's over my ankles. This is even deeper. There it's mid-calf, I'd say. Yeah, definitely mid-calf. So, but I can probably make it over here to the side. Sometimes it's easier to walk in the water. And I made it out of the water. I think there's one more piece of water up ahead. And then after that, hopefully, my feet will stay more or less dry for the remainder of the hike back to the starting point. I think I'm safe to say that I'm the only person out here today. I don't see anybody else out here, and I don't really see anyone else come out here because the weather's not nice. Although it's gotten a little breezy now, but the rain has at least stopped. It's not even drizzling anymore. So, I got my water coming up. Got the, I think this is the last bit of water. I'm just gonna go through it at this point, doesn't matter. Oh, this is knee deep. Not a good idea. Oh. Yeah, right there in the middle is knee deep. And here I am, came up to my knees. I just sank right down. I believe the trail is off to the right here, and we're turning back toward the east, which is the beginning of the trail. My feet are very, very cold. The water is cold. And for a snack today, I'm going to have some trail mix. This is leftover stuff from my purchases for the hikers when I did Trail Magic for people that had just started the Florida Trail about a week and a half ago. Just finished my trail mix, and I got a phone call from work, or my former workplace, and I guess there's some proceeding going on, and they want to know if I'd be available to do a Zoom call to settle up a matter of something of which I was a witness to and involved in. So I told them I'm out in the woods. I don't know if I'll have reception or not. I did miss a call from a friend a little while ago that I never received. So I said at least an hour and a half until I'm back to my car, and probably a good reception. So I'm making my way back. I should have about an hour left to hike, just around 3 miles or so. I'm at 5.8 miles. It's 2:15. The rain has stopped and not returned, and parts of the trail, although some of them are damp, and a couple of muddy spots, but most of them are beginning to dry up as that water is being absorbed. Well, it's 2:25. I've done 6.34 miles. And amazingly today, both my Garmin and the All Trails are exactly the same mileage, which is nice to see. And I probably got about 40 to 45 minutes left to finish this trail. Probably about a little over 2 miles to go. And it's been a couple of drops, but no rain has picked up again. I'll definitely be happy to get back to my car. My feet are extremely cold from the cold water in those puddles, but not the end of the world. I also just looked up the weather, and I'm in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and it is showing 56 degrees. So pretty close to what I expected, probably I thought it might be in the upper 50s. Okay, it's 2:33. I'm at 6.8 miles into my hike, and this is where it's all crushed rock. I'm gonna come to the trail up ahead. That was a nice part over there. It was much more solid and dry because of the shells. and the crushed rock that was there. But we'll be going back on that original path that will take us back to the trailhead very shortly. Okay, it is now 2:38. I've gone 7.4 miles, and I'm at the turn off to the right, which will lead me back to the trailhead. So I'm heading back south now on this main path, which leads to the trailhead. So definitely, as always, seems shorter coming back than it does when you're going out, because you don't know how long it is or where you're going. But it definitely seems to be a shorter walk on the way back for me, but I'm also probably walking a little bit with knowledge of where I'm going, and obviously more intent, more purposeful, because I want to hurry up and finish as well. It's starting to rain again, and the drizzle has been coming down, and it's picked up a little bit. It's quite steady drizzle, so I'm hoping to get back. I hope it won't get heavier. Well, it's 2:45. I've been walking for about 2 hours and 40 or 45 minutes, something like that. I think just since noon or something around there. I forget what time I started. I think it was just afternoon. And I probably have about a mile to go. I'm at 7.44 miles now. The trail is listed as being 8.4. Got a trail going off to the right. I think this is a trail to the open area that I saw. It looks like a lake on the map, but I think it's really just a wet, swampy area. So I don't think it's actually a lake. Well, I'm at 8.25 miles into my hike, and when I looked across the canal over there, there were two hogs. They were black hogs. One was much larger than the other, so one of them might have been the mother, or maybe a baby, but it wasn't a piglet like I saw last time. It was a little bit bigger, probably twice the size of that. As I moved to pull my phone out, I don't know if I made noise or whatever, but he obviously was alerted to me. Maybe the jacket was making noise, I don't know. But he took off, and then I saw the other little one follow him. So that was the end of that. Other than that, not much wildlife. But it's out here, it's just, I'm not seeing it. Further along, it's 3:04. I'm at 8.47 miles, and I can hear traffic now. And just in the distance on top of the trees that are directly in front of me, it looks like the roof or the peak of a roof of a building. So I know I'm not that far off. So in a couple of minutes I should be coming out onto the main road. I can see the roadway. So we're there. But anyway, it was a good hike. I mean, it was a little wet today, wetter than I expected. But it's an easy path to follow, especially if you come in the dry season when it's not raining. I would imagine some of the year that area is probably flooded, like it was today, or even worse. Like I said, we've had rain for the last 2-3 days, but this is the dry season, so there's not a lot of standing water. But it was pretty wet out there. But other than that, I mean, you could do probably the first, just a straight in and then turn, probably, easily a mile and a half, even probably 2.5 miles. And I don't think you'd have to get wet. So that's it. I'm gonna get into my dry car hopefully very shortly and get out of the rain. It's still drizzling, but it's, I think it's slowed down a little bit, but it's pretty steady. So I'm walking through the gate now. Here's the gate blocking the path. And you do have to be careful. There is barbed wire right there that you could get stuck on. And it says no pets and no bikes. So leave your 2 wheels and your 4 legs behind. But that's it.